Some people, when I say this, they think it's total nonsense. They leave the room. But I'll tell you something. Lao Tzu said in some other place, when superior people hears the Tao, he practices it diligently. When ordinary people hear the Tao, they sometimes practice it, sometimes they don't. When inferior people hear the Tao, they laugh at it loudly. So if they don't laugh at it loudly, it isn't the Tao. So at least for the sake of this discussion, just try this thought that everything is thought. And this universe is thought wave universe, out of which particles and matters appear and disappear, appear and disappear. And that original thought wave is what we call vacuum, completely invisible, but it is full of energy, full of intelligence. So I have introduced a concept called syncept. So what is syncept? So the concept is an abstraction in language of a set of perceptual experiences translatable to and from corporeal perception. Even something like a beauty or love, when you think of those words, somehow you reduce it in some experience of love and beauty. Syncept is an encodement in language, in mathematics, of a facet of a spiritual experience, which is always holistic or cosmic. It is an encodement. For example, you have seen mandala. Yes, Tibetan mandalas. That is one way of encodement. It is encoding. So Lao Tzu says it can be said. I'm saying you can actually encode it in language, but you have to decode it. So the Rasterian science, the concept used is actually syncept. It had a spiritual vibration and energy in it. So when he say, Walter Russell says gravity, it is different from the gravity that we normally use. Electricity, light. It has different connotation, different experiential content. But it is an encodement. It does not have any corresponding something. In the process of decoding, it reveals itself. And I think mathematics is one of the best form of encodement of this. So synceptuality is the higher unity of spirituality and conceptuality, including yet transcending both. Yes, please. Now, the fundamental difference between this new mode of science and existing science, and I'm just using the Rasterian science as an example. I happen to be a CEO of the university that Walter Russell established 50 years ago. And in my opinion, he has gone farthest than anybody I know in combining spirit and science. So the fundamental difference between the modern science and Rasterian science is that the modern science sees the universe as material in the duality of mind and matter, while the Russellian science sees it non-dualistically as the continuum of mind-matter. So matter is mind, mind is matter. Everything is matter, everything is mind. Matter in the original Greek or Latin meaning is it is an unformed stuff out of which everything is made. So it does matter. So please mind it. So it is a mind-matter continuum. Mind-matter continuum. It's all motion, wave motion of thought. Motions that make up those motions you can't see. And with this motion, what we call time and space show up. So, universe is beyond time and space. So, if there was a Big Bang, which I question, then there must have been millions, trillions of Big Bangs going on all the time. Wow. According to the Russellian cosmogony, cosmogony is a science that studies the creation and evolution of the universe. This is a thought wave universe. This phenomenal universe is the record in formal Gestalt wave patterns of thought with its excitatory intelligence and superconscious cognitive intensity. I can just say mind, but you see, if I use the word like excitatory intelligence and superconscious cognitive intensity, it gives you more richness to the word like mind, don't you think? Yes? And also gives me the opportunity to practice English. So it is a thought wave universe. Yes, please. In terms of method, the modern scientific method is based in extrospective observation and experimentation and advanced mathematics. Yes? Since the time of Galileo, it has been the case. We have just defined it more. The Russellian scientific method is based in transpective observation, a temporal awareness of the universe as such. Extrospective experimentation, you can actually experiment in the physical realm of the knowledge that is gained through transpection. Walter Russell identified, predicted 4 elements that were later discovered by other scientists, all of whom won Nobel Prize. One of whom actually had a Nobel Prize before, but the 3 of those people, they won Nobel Prize because of their discoveries of those elements, which were predicted by Walter 20, 30 years prior. So this is not just philosophical fantasy. In modern science, there is a big dichotomy between the universe, matter, and the laws of the universe, which is mental. And therefore, scientific laws are abstracted from extrospective physical observation by primarily inductive reasoning. Yes? The Russellian science, there is no dichotomy between the universe, which is the record of thought, and the laws of the universe, which is the patterns of thought. So there is no law and the universe. They are the same thing. The scientific laws are explicated from transpective spiritual observation, subject to re-examination, reconfirmation by extrospective observation and experimentation.